evening. Welcome back. Poet Edition here. AJ Suburban Princess here with Eddie B.
Hey, what's up, AJ? Hear me good? You good? Okay.
It's game
Uh,
six. So if you watched
yeah.
my pod from yesterday last night, I was a little tipsy and I was angry, but I wasn't as angry as I could have been. So
Well, yeah. I mean, you had every right to be angry. I mean, I wasn't loving it myself either. I mean, I was disgusted watching that game. I was at work too watching. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like
well,
they look flat-footed. They look like they were cooked. They had nothing left.
you
And
see now why I wanted them to just sweep them and just be done with it last week. Like I just wanted it to be over. I don't want to get any help because of that situation coming right now. Like I don't want to hope after tonight, even if they win.
the
You
thing
know.
is, like, they haven't given us any hope that they could even win in Miami. So I mean, especially at the last game, at least the first two games weren't blowouts. This was a fucking rout.
You know, I mean, if the playoffs
uh,
have shown everybody everything, is that some teams are worth 7, some teams aren't even worth 4, and we're becoming that team that just let 2 slip away at the worst time.
yeah,
You know,
unfortunately, yeah. And unfortunately, our star player is banged the fuck up right now. I mean, and it's sad. I feel bad for him. I
I,
feel bad for him. He's banged up. He didn't get the MVP. He's
which didn't have anything to do with it. So let's just get off of that
yeah,
because he assumed at this point when they first even brought up the subject that he wasn't going to get it most likely because he wasn't
yeah.
getting a lot of votes.
And I hate the whole process in general. I can't stand it because you got a bunch of people who know dick about basketball voting on basketball.
Right.
So that's what I don't like. But that's another conversation all by itself.
You know
So
what? Just get it off your chest now. Just say what
because
you got to say, Eddie, because at this point, this is vent or die.
I don't understand why can't the players vote for it? Like, why can't players, coaches, why can't they vote for this award? Why is it somebody in the fucking media who has no fucking clue what's going on? You know, it just baffles me that why this is still a process this way, not the right way. But I mean, and it's I feel bad for him. He's the second time he's got shafted for being an MVP. Where what stat did he? What stat? Only one stat. Jokic probably beat him in his rebounds. That's it.
Yeah, and that was honestly an issue that started to be cured. What after the
And there's
last
no
game?
way you can stand there and say, if you know basketball, that Jokic is a better defender than Embiid because he's not. He is not a better defender than Embiid. So I don't get what they're looking at. They're making up all these stupid stats that have nothing but just stupid ones. Like just,
Well, I mean, what? How many players do you hear more complain about Jokic as opposed to Embiid that have to deal with Embiid in the center? A
mm-hmm,
lot of people complain more about Embiid being a menace than Jokic. So to
mm-hmm,
me, and here's the thing that I'm starting to realize now, which I realize even he is starting to realize, which is probably why he wasn't really upset about it by the time it came out, because at that point he had already, it's hard to win back-to-back series consistently, especially with a
mm-hmm.
team that folds under you because they can't be like you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And you would think that he could take a few quarters off for them to just fill in the blanks so that he could come back in the what was it the end of the third, because I was working
yeah.
out and then I missed some of the first half last night,
Yeah,
so
I
I
mean, he
saw the last
clearly,
part.
after he took that shot to the face again, he was clearly not the same player.
Well, I
He
mean,
was
if
out
you
of it.
get hit in the face where it's apparently broken with a freaking
Yeah,
ball.
yeah. And then he got hit in the face with a ball like, again. Like,
I mean,
it's
and
like,
PJ Tucker, PJ Tucker's not exactly going to give that to you. He's going to snatch it from you. So if it flew back in
yeah,
his face, it's just the impact. If it didn't help,
yeah,
so it's his head is ringing, his eye is shifting, everything's
yeah.
changing. You don't know what that's like when the bone is loose. No one knows what that's like.
Hmm.
Now,
I'm sure
mind
it's
you,
painful.
right, it's painful, and here's the thing about Twitter is that they'll pull out a history. Like now the picture rotating about a player back in the 70s or 80s or something that literally played with a broken jaw and had this big ass brace. I don't know who
Look,
that was.
what are you talking
I'll
about? Baseball though?
No, it's basketball. I'll
Oh,
retweet it because it,
basketball.
it was
Okay.
circling.
I'm about to
I'll
say,
retweet
like,
it.
I
Yeah.
mean, you're not running back and forth constantly, so
Well,
it's
and you
different.
see why the old heads don't have no sympathy for Embiid. Well, okay, let's just be real. We know that they don't like Embiid because he pouts a lot and because he gets his whole countenance drops when he feels beat down. We saw it when he was sick, that last round, which of course they're going to replay the freaking Kawhi bounce because this is the anniversary of that play on top of the night that is Game 6.
Ugh.
So
I
I'm gonna have to see
can't.
that fucking replay. I don't know how many times tonight because they've already killed it on Twitter.
Oh god, I
So
can't
don't
watch that
remind us of the
shit.
anniversary when our lives stopped for 4 fucking bounces before it took over. So
Yeah,
there's another thing to be happy about. Clap your hands.
yeah,
But my point is with Embiid, he's a very special player, and I think because he pretty much dominates categories that really don't apply to what the NBA standard of playing is, he's pretty much been playing against the odds since he entered the damn
and
game.
he's a fucking center
He's a
on top of
center who
all.
does not play like a center.
Yeah, that's the craziest
That's
thing.
why
That
they hate
he's a
it.
center.
They hate him because he does not play the appropriate way, and that's always gonna tradition
I mean,
is always gonna trump innovation.
yeah, what
You
center
know what
you
I mean?
see that can defend in the post and come out to the point too, and defend.
And
You
how many
know,
times did you hear all the old school guys judging him and saying, "Why doesn't he stay under the basket?" Because bitch, sometimes these motherfathers ain't ready to shoot. He has
yeah,
to play every position because sometimes people ain't ready.
yeah,
That's why you got
and he
Harden.
gets, but he can get back so fast though, so it's okay.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's my thing. And little things he was starting to work on. Only obviously the hardcore
Well,
Sixer fan will notice.
well, he's
But
definitely he's matured as a player, as a leader, as everything
you see
over
it.
these past few years. Because we saw the immature Embiid. Yeah, he still pouts, but not as bad as he used to.
No, we sucked up a
We
lot of it this year, the
yeah,
past 2 years.
he put the team on his back. We didn't have Harden until 20 games to go. Into the season, and left in the season, he pretty much played it without a star player, just him.
Well, what I
You
said last
know,
night was that honestly, we have to be honest. Like Embiid wasn't really truly growing into his playing abilities up until their first round appearance. That year when they got beat out by the Celtics. And so
mhm,
since then, it was very weird to see any kind of less than progressive stage every year they were in
yeah,
the playoffs. And you have to consider this team always coming up short is
mhm,
annoying when it's every second round exit. So
yeah.
now it's like, now what are you going to do? I heard that the draft is on the 23rd of June. Is that really going to make a difference? Because we haven't even used our rookie. They just now
No,
start putting him in the fourth quarter. He's not really doing anything. So are
yeah,
they not developing people? Does it matter who we get? Because they may not be developed. It may not be the same coaching staff next year.
yeah. It probably won't be. Doc won't be here next year.
I
From that
hope not.
season.
And at this point, shout out to Monty because Monty was on our staff. We could have kept him. I'd
I
rather
mean,
just Sam Cassell be the coach at this point.
let Doc is a Hall of Famer. Let him go.
Yeah, go to the Lakers, damn it. Try to
Or
fix
no,
them.
no. I follow him. I would retire. Fuck it. What does it matter? He has nothing to prove to anybody at
He
this point.
doesn't. He doesn't. He
You
has no
know,
desire to really keep going after
and
this.
and
This is
that's why
probably
I
his
was saying
most
like we should
passionate.
maybe get some young blood. Hey, look, hey, promote Sam Cassell. See, is he ready to coach the team yet?
That's what I said. I'd
You
rather, if you're
know,
going to get anybody from the staff, go to Sam Cassell. I
yeah.
think he's
Let's.
honestly.
I've always liked Sam. Even as a player, I like Sam Cassell.
Oh yeah, no,
So
he was the most difficult yet competitive player that you do or
never,
don't remember
never,
around that
never
time.
gave up.
Never gave up, and that's the
Yeah,
thing. Like I feel like he'll initiate balls that we need sometimes on this team.
yeah.
Who knows? Maybe he was behind the reason why Tobias totally got consistent in the last
Hmm.
year because I feel
Yeah.
like Tobias has totally pulled a 180 on us in the past 2 seasons, which was he had to honestly for the contract he
Well,
got. Like there was no way for him to half-ass it after
yeah,
he
yeah,
got that
definitely,
contract.
definitely. But
So
we'll. The thing is, who knows what's going to happen next year with this team at this point? Is Harden going to be back? Is Tobias going to be there? Who knows? Is it
yeah,
going to be
because
another person walking in? Are we going to get Bradley Bill come in? Are we going to are
yeah,
we going to try and make a play for Bradley Bill? Or are we going to? Because
everything comes down to numbers because we all
who
know that we
knows?
can say what we want, but they can make it work if they really want to. Do we really see Harden leaving with Daryl Morey here? Like unless Daryl Morey leaves.
Unless he can work a deal out that's not going to kill us, so we can't get another player.
True.
And maybe, hey, who knows? Maybe he'll work into that and say, hey, let's let's try to be better.
I
Let's
just
get
don't want them
somebody
to be
else.
hung.
But
I don't want them to be like this with
handcuffed, yeah,
deals. Yeah, like no more deals like that. Like just if you have wiggle room, use it for God's sakes. Because at this point, they're probably going to have to start all over again anyway.
yeah.
You
And then
know,
we're gonna waste the prime years of Embiid if we don't do something.
if we
So,
haven't already. Like at this point, and then again, I can't even say that because, like I said, we feel like the last three years, even before Ben, after Ben,
well, yeah.
Embiid has noticed things about his play that has needed to increase and get better, and he's worked on them.
Mhm.
Now, I can't blame him for having his brains practically knocked out and a bad hand and
Yeah, I mean,
a knee in the back now.
well,
Expect
yeah,
him to show up tonight. Like I expect him to play as much as he can. Maybe they'll sit him a little more tonight
yeah.
and just try to let Reed have his way. Because I want Paul Reed to come out a lot more too and just focus. Because when he's focused, he's not bad. He doesn't foul
Mhm.
out as much as people think.
Well, we'll
You
see.
know?
Maybe, hopefully, I just want them to go out and have a showing. Go out on your shield tonight. Don't fucking. I don't want to see a lay down performance. Like I
Yeah,
said,
not at all.
go out on your shield, win or lose tonight. Like don't fucking just say, "Ooh, no laying down for this fucking team, please."
Well, hopefully, knowing our Philly crowd, we won't let them. We won't let
Yeah,
them. We won't let them get through this game if they playing like shit. That's for sure. They're gonna start
yeah.
booing them just like they booed the last over the weekend. Once they started looking slovenly. That next thing
Mhm.
you know, I don't even know that was a word. Sorry, slow. I think
So,
you think I'm still drinking. I'm not even drinking yet. But my point is just that we'll let them know when they're not looking up to par. Someone even just said it on Mike's show just now, or Tyrone. Someone said like they're down 4-0. You're gonna hear the boost, because nobody
yeah.
feels like that shit right now.
Well,
At least try to take the lead.
yeah, exactly.
But all right, so before we shut it down, what do you assume? Okay, so I guess I should say at this point, what do you think? Will it be a close game, or do you think the Sixers might rule this whole night
I
and
think
make up for everything?
let's see if they get energized by the crowd early. I think they can. I think they'll pull away from them, but it may end up being a close game at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, but after that, who knows what's going to happen when they go to Miami? Because I'll be very shocked if they go to Miami and win.
Yeah, because
I
notice
think
they've never had a lead in Miami.
I think they can force a game. They had it one time. They had a lead in Miami once.
The sad part is this series to me should never have gone past four in my eyes. Like the fact they even made it to this round, because I told you I didn't even think they're gonna make it to the first round. So the fact that they're here,
Well, I don't. I
you gotta
don't think
finish
they.
what you
I
started.
don't think they were. I never thought that they would get swept by Miami. I don't think Miami's good, but Miami's not. I'm sorry, they're not that team.
They're not, but we all know if, like I said, once Embiid was down, like all bets
Yeah,
were off. Like we didn't think they had a shit chance in hell of redeeming themselves. So for them to
I
be
mean,
back
because
now at 3-2,
they got the only person that was doing the most damage is Jimmy, and Jimmy was like, Jimmy's been insane in the series.
and the funny thing is Jimmy didn't even have 40 points that last game, but he looked just as good as he did when he did have 40. But he had more of the team
Yeah,
engaged in it, so that's the difference. If his team doesn't back him up tonight, then he's going to go off, I'm sure. And then on top of that, he's going to go off on
well,
them.
we know he'll get his. He'll get his regardless. So
Yeah, he will
yeah,
because he's not the best shooter, but he's consistent, and I think that's where their defense, backs off
yeah,
because if Jimmy keeps coming, he's not going to stop coming. So
yeah,
I say it's going to be a close game as well.
yeah.
I hope they break 100 tonight because I don't want no low ass score this way. Game
One of
six,
those
it should
games
not
of
be no 98-89 win. Like that's bullshit. Like
yeah,
give me 120 shit.
yeah,
Like that's
right.
what I want. Like last night, the Grizzlies embarrassed the Warriors, so anything's possible. Because if the Sixers do that in Game 7, then I am back on the train. But right now, you're lucky I'm wearing this T-shirt. You're lucky I even found my headband
I got
because
my Sixers hat on right now.
yeah,
I still love my team, but
we still love our team. It's just that
yeah,
we got to be real. Like there's no hope right now for me. Right now, I want to think about dinner and drink and go to sleep. That's all I want to do.
uh,
But I'm gonna go out and spin a little outside, test my new skates out because Lord knows I want to take advantage of going to Dilworth Plaza one day and get on them putting on that
no,
skating
nice.
rink because it looks really cool. But I have just not. Well, next week we'll be in the offices, so I'll
Yeah,
be
you
there
can
on
have the skates
Friday.
thing. I don't like falling. I'm good.
I
So,
don't either, but that's why I say like you can hold on to the walls if you don't feel secure. You just hold on to the walls and act like you're cool up until you go like this, and then
yeah,
you hold
that
on
would be
again.
me.
Yeah. So I mean, but
So
it's
pushing
cool.
little kids out of my way. To please move.
I hope they secure my fall. I will take them down with me.
Extra
Shit.
padding, like come here.
I'll be like, look out, he's under me. It's
Hey,
okay.
he's all right. Hey, walk it off, son. Come on,
Just
get
like
up.
my niece used to say, I'm okay.
You
All
tell
right,
him to walk
man.
it off.
Well, Poet Edition, we're gonna give you our straight opinions, but the realization we're both fans. We don't hate this team. We're not jumping off, but I'm being honest. I'm a little pissed off, and I would hope that the team is pissed off tonight too.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Tobias. I hope he gets back into his king mode because when he's in king, well, I put up the usual lion icon because I always call him Tobias Latigra when he's like in the zone. So
Yeah.
if he pulls out the Tobias Latigra, then I'm all for it. Everybody else should follow suit. Maxi should go the fuck off because
Yeah.
whatever is getting him contained when they're in Miami, he needs to break through that wall.
Yeah.
So he needs to use them as crash test dummies tonight and just get the damn win. Okay.
Yeah, you got
So
nothing to lose. Might as well just go. Might as well leave it all out there at this point. Like it's
yeah, when you got nothing to lose, it should make it less competition. It's almost like that time Doug Peterson said, the pressure's off, even though you didn't want to hear that. But
mm-hmm.
it's true, the pressure is off. Like this is all for the Heat to fuck up.
Yeah. Straight
All
house
right.
money. Straight house money.
All right, my fellow co-ed, wherever you go tonight, be safe. And you know me, I'll be on the Twitter.
All right.
I don't fall asleep after having my carrot lemonade. It's been that kind of a slow day, so
Yeah.
But all right, play the song.
Hopefully we can hear that. Hopefully we get to hear that one more time, right?
I know exactly. Hopefully they can do it this weekend because that would be great. But then I don't want to go to Miami if they're partying because that's some bullshit. I can't go there and celebrate. Anyway. All right. Well, we'll talk soon. We'll have a pod later. I might just wait till this whole fucking week is over. Talk to y'all later. Enjoy the game. Clap your hands. We out.
Later.